Something on that Bonnie.
J C Note.
425 win. Shout to Social. Bitty bitty beast.
Keep calling me like I'm really gonna hustle. Keep calling me like I'm really gonna hustle.
All right, knocking out the ports on the Bluetooth Wi-Fi timer. Yeah, I don't think one screw is going to be good enough for me. I want to make sure things are snug and right where they're supposed to be. There we go. Now that thing's not going anywhere. We're going to be hardwiring these C19 power cords right up to the sub panel junction. So I want to see what's going on in here. All right, shout out to the Spruce. Make your best home. Nice little article for the colors of wires and whatnot, and it's telling me here that the black is hot, the green is ground, and the white is neutral. So that's helping me out. Appreciate you. Thank you. Now, before I go cutting into this 240 wire, I just want to make sure, play it safe, even though I know the breaker's off. Well, it was the last time I looked at it, and I didn't look at it today, so here we go. Just making sure we're good in the hood. That's the hooking the hot wire up to COM2. I'm following a video. Appreciate this guy here. Hey, Green Mountain DIY. that's the dude's channel's name. Hey, shout out, bro. GreenMiner saying hello to you. Leave him a comment. Make sure I give him a like too while I'm at it. That's how you do it. Spread the word. Alright, okay, so I just ordered another Wi-Fi Bluetooth timer because the way they have this thing set up is, yes, they say you can run 2 loads off of it, but in the information it didn't quite. Maybe I just read what I wanted to read, or was hoping what I wanted to be as far as that running 2 devices. So the app can run up to 4 devices. Okay, so they're probably kind of like selling on that point. I don't want them to run at the same time. I want them to run at different times so I can control the amount of power they're taking from the solar when the solar is coming out. So I just ordered another one, and we'll mount it right next to it. And yeah. That way that I can select which device I want to run at a specific time and it do exactly what I want it to, which is turn whichever miner on or off at the given time. So that's 2 to 4 days. Not a big deal. All right, so digesting the instructions for the Wi-Fi timer for 240 setup. I went ahead and I wrote out kind of where I'm going, what I'm doing, so I could have it all right there available for me when I'm ready to hook that up, since I have another one of these on order, because I'm going to need one for each 240 line that I'm going to be running to the next breaker box that's going to have the miners hooked up to it, which is going to be pretty cool. So this is on the way, a couple days on that, so it should be here this week. I have just a couple questions I want to clarify with my tradesman. I'll see him tomorrow. I'm going to work. I'll see him and communicate with him on the diagram for this, because again, the instructions are in black and white, and it's like, hey, you know, bring in a wire, whatever, and of course they're color coded. So I want to make sure that I have the correct ones going to the correct blocks or the lugs. I mean, I have a really good idea, but I want that clarification to make sure, again, because the diagram's in black and white, not color.
One eternity later.
All right. Oh man, I'm back to the dwelling after a long day at work. Like I was saying in the telegram, just been feeling under the weather today, but life goes on. That's just how I roll. You know, I got to be in a real bad way if I'm not showing up to work. I mean, even if we've got like sick leave and things like that, I'm a mover and a shaker. What can I say? Yeah, we swung by the store like you saw in the previous clip, and I'm looking to get some more of this stuff rolling. Well, basically, I'm looking to get ADOG to a splitter box. We're doing a custom splitter box. Everybody does their own thing. I'm doing it custom with this. Make it safe. It's just going to be definitely not legal or to code. So you should always communicate with a professional and use a licensed electrician. Do what you do, baby. Do what you do. So I went ahead and ordered a new 20 amp 250 volt plug adapter to fit on this because I cut it off. I was wanting to hardwire it, but that was not going to work. Not when I'm going to have breakers in between the Wi-Fi Bluetooth. Now, originally I was gonna just come right off the Wi-Fi timer. It would have worked that way, but I'm not going to be coming right off the Wi-Fi timer. I went ahead and put in, if you watch previous videos, throwing in another box, like a sub box that's gonna have 20 amps. Anyway, check out the previous videos. Since we're running this box, I'm going to need to run receptacles, and that's what I did. Kind of dawned on me while I was thinking about it. So don't make mistakes like I make mistakes, going willy-nilly right into the dark there. Lay everything out, give it a good thought. Hopefully a mistake that cost me a little bit of money. I'm gonna try and get the less amount of the item to fix the situation, so I'm not coming out more out of my pocket if I can. So all right, so we're gonna do a custom splitter box. I was trying to find another sub box or a splitter box. I'm sure there's one out there somewhere, but when I went to the store, they didn't have something. I was gonna try and get some lugs and like make something, but you can see how the box is built. I'm DIY. None of this has to be by code for me. What I'm gonna do is, we decided to go with this 2 receptacle box that's non-conductive. It's going to run in the 8-AUG into here and then wire nut up 2 more 8-AUGs to come out to the 2 Wi-Fi timers. So it's just something real simple, real easy, real neat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to screw it right to the subfloor beam, and then it'll be all closed up and rock and roll. In order for me to make it work for 3 wires in one, now I'm not putting these 3 wires. This is just for reference. I'm going from 1 wire to 2 wires, so I'm going to need 3 wires and 1 nut. I'm going to take 3 strands away from each wire in order for the nut to work. So I stripped it back far enough that they'll make it up into there and still be covered. As my man J Sizz would say, this ADOG ain't no punk. I'm just working on the last one here. All right, those are looking pretty good. Now, if I can stuff it all inside the box and get the box mounted on that floor joist. Shrink wrap, shrink tube, whatever you want to call it. I do what I want. Habibi. All right, guys. We got our DIY Sizzl splitter box right there. All wired up, all shrinked up with the ADOG, going big dog style. That is, you know, yo, it looks like a pacemaker. Look at the valves coming out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if that don't keep you alive once we flip that breaker, nothing will, baby. All right. So just ordered another 70 amp main lug sub box because this 125 amp 8 circuit 2 20 amp breaker 220s in this box come off of one input. If that's the case, then that means I'm having one timer goes to just this box, and then I won't be able to run both miners at different times off just this box, since a timer is going to run just this box. So I'm ordering another 70 amp main lug. I'm going to keep the 125 because eventually, depending on how the system runs, these 2 miners right here, we should be in that 7 to 7200 range or so, that if I want, then I can up the miners. at a third, already have a breaker and set up for it to run off one timer and have that timer run at peak time. So I want to just kind of see how that goes. And then, so that's cool. So I'm going to keep this. It's kind of like a little bump in the road that kind of turned into, you know, an option. So I like that. That's good.
Something on that Bonnie.
J C Note.
425 win. Shout to the social.